Hi, welcome. This is Yogalates. Today, if you have a lighter set of weights, you can use them, optional. They are not necessary. You can still do this without a set of weights. I'm going 4 pound. I wouldn't go anywhere above 5 pounds. And then also I have a block and a ring. Again, that's optional. You can still get by without it. So we're gonna start at the top of our mat. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up those lighter set of weights if you have them. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, lean back, deep breath in. Deep big stretch, exhale, slowly come down, let those weights just come to the side, hands under your shoulders, and then step or jump into that plank line. Hold your plank line, deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Press all the way up into a cobra or up dog, deep breath. And then exhale, bend your knees, grab those weights if you have them along the way, and then just lean back. Lean all the way back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, take those weights back down to the side, hands under your shoulders, curl your toes. Step or jump all the way up. Pick up those weights if you want, if you have them. Slowly round up through the spine. Inhale, reach your arms up, deep breath in. Good, exhale. Slowly come down, take those weights to the side. Hands under your shoulders. Find that plank line. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Point the toes, inhale, press up. Exhale, start bending those knees, grab the weights along the way. Coming all the way up onto your knees, leaning back. Good, and then inhale, reach your arms up. And we're gonna keep repeating this for about 2 minutes. Set those weights down, curl your toes, step or jump all the way up. Option to pick up those weights as you round through the spine, standing up. Inhale, reach your arms up, lean back. Exhale, swan dive down. Take those weights to the side, hands under the shoulders, bend your knees. Find that plank line. Gaze forward, deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Point the toes, inhale, press up into that cobra or up dog. Exhale, bend your knees, shift your weight back, grab those weights, come up onto your knees, leaning back, and then reaching the arms up. And then slowly coming back. Setting those weights to the side of the mat, curl your toes, step or jump forward. Forward fold, pick up those weights, slowly round up through the spine, coming all the way up. Remember, you don't need the weights if you don't want to. The weights are just gonna deepen through the muscle stretch. Find that plank line, gaze forward, deep breath. Exhale, lower. Point those toes, hands low on the rib cage. Press it up into that cobra or up dog. Deep breath. Exhale, bend the knees, shift the hips back. Find those weights if you have them. So it's an extended arm child's pose. All the way up with the weights if you want. Leaning back and then reaching the arms up. And then exhaling, bring the arms down, shift all the way back to the top of the mat. Set those weights down, curl your toes. Lift up those knees, shift your hips back. Step or jump up. Pick up the weights while you're in your forward fold. Start rounding up. And then reaching arms all the way up. Exhaling, slowly coming down, setting those weights to the side, hands under your shoulders. Find that plank line. Deep breath. Exhale, lower. Point those toes, inhale up. Exhale, start coming back into that extended arm child's pose. Find those weights. And then lift up. Lean back. Stay here for just a second. And then bring those arms up. Deep breath. Exhale, bring those arms back, shoulder height. Take those weights to the side of your mat, curl your toes, step or jump up. Okay, at your own pace. Just go for about 1 more minute. We're just warming up here. If you ever want to grab the weights along the way, or if you want to modify without the weights, just do what feels good for you. Warming up through the whole body. Good. It feels good to stay a little bit longer in one asana than the other. Just move through it. Getting nice and warmed up here. Good. We'll just go about 1 more round all the way through. And when I say 1 more round, I mean starting with the forward fold, rounding yourself up. Moving into that plank line. Finding a cobra or your up dog. And then we are going to meet on our knees with those arms either out in front of us or all the way up above your shoulders. And just stay here and breathe. Lean back as much as comfortable for you. Keep engaging through your muscles, through those quads. Another 5 more deep breaths. Good. 4, 3, 2. On the next exhalation, let the right arm slowly sweep down and bring it back up. Exhale, the other arm slowly sweep down and up. Keep alternating. One side, up, and your other side, up. Try to move with the breath. Exhaling when you come down, inhaling when you come up. And keep experimenting with that range of motion. Leaning back as much as comfortable for you. Good, about 5 more each way. Good, keep breathing. Those quads should be burning, so you can get 2 more each way. And finish up 1 more each way. Good, and then just slowly bring your arms down, let your spine straighten back out. Those knees should be in line with your hip bones. Step just your right foot forward. Right foot stays forward. Curl your left toe behind you. Now, if you have those weights, keep the weights. Lift your knee and your arms up and then lower down. Lean it back just slightly. Lift arms up, palms facing down, and knee up off the ground. Lower that knee down. Lean back, look up. Breathe. Keep lifting up that back knee as the arms come up. Lower knee down. Lean back, breathe. Okay, to move with that breath. 3 more like this. Good, and last one. Good, and then we're just gonna lower the weights to the ground. Just take those weights away. Point this toe behind you on that left side. And then just let all of your weight go toward the front side. Stretch out through that hip flexor on the left side. Stretch it out, breathe, gently rock, right to left, side to side. Good. You might want to have your block nearby because we're going to start coming into a Hanasana, a split. And sometimes the block really helps with that, right? But before we go into our full split, we're just going to shift the hips back. Try to keep your foot onto the floor, especially those toes. You can even curl your toes into the mat and then just lean into this long leg. Feel the stretch. It should be all the way from your foot to the shin. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And we're gonna lift up the toes and keep the heel down. And on your next exhalation, lift up your toes, the heel stays down. See if you can catch that foot with your opposite hand. So left hand to foot. Shift those hips back. Good, 2 more deep breaths, and then you can either stay wherever you're at, or you can take your full split. All right, and when you're ready, find that split. I'm gonna grab my block and just start sliding my front foot forward, my left leg back, and then you can put your thigh, your hamstring onto that block. Remember, there's different heights to the block. So experiment what feels good for you. Maybe go higher, lower, middle. And then if you wanted to, you could bring those weights all the way up and just stay here and breathe. You have 10 deep breaths here. Just keep breathing into it. Good. Another 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, if you have the weights, slowly just take them to the side, take them away. Start coming out the same way you came in, very slowly and gently, back onto your knees. Take an extended arm child's pose, widen your knees, breathe here. Good, and then find those weights if you have them, if you want them. We're back onto our knees with the arms extended out, leaning back into this, and go back into the sweeping motion, down and up, side to side. You don't have to have your weights if you don't want to. You can just use your arm weight. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Keep pressing your hips forward as you lean back. Good, 4 more each side. Good, make sure you're even on both sides. Finishing up, last one each side. And then we're just gonna bring those arms down, straighten up through the spine, and this time we're stepping the left foot forward. Make sure it's your opposite foot. Curl your toe behind you. Bring those weights straight out in front as you lift up the back knee and then lower down. Lift arms and knee, and lower down, take those arms back. Inhaling, lifting up, exhale, lower down. Keep moving with that breath. Just 3 more. Good, 1 more time, all the way up. And down, let your weights go to the side. And then shift your hips back. Let this back toe point relax to the ground. Your front left foot, curl those toes like you're trying to pick up the mat, and then just shift your weight to that long leg. Feel that stretch from the foot all the way up to the shin. Try to lift up the chin slightly and focusing on your torso, your core going into that long leg. Good, 1 more deep breath. And on the exhalation, lift the toes up. See if you can catch your foot. Just catch your foot with your opposite hand. 5 more deep breaths here. Pull the pinky toe in toward your midline part of your body. Good, 1 more deep breath. And on your exhalation, release your foot back down to the earth. Start shifting your weight forward and then side to side. Just right to left, loosening up through those hips. We're gonna find that Hanasana after this. So just take your time, really stretching, breathing through this. If you wanted to, you don't even have to come into full split. You could just stay here or any kind of variation. Good, about 2 more deep breaths, and we're gonna start extending that leg forward if that's comfortable for you. All right, and if you're ready, start bringing that left leg forward, finding your block as you need, remembering those different heights. You might have one side that's more flexible, less flexible than the other. And with that option, to bring your weights all the way up. 10 more deep breaths. Good, 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly pick up those weights, bring them down, hands come under your shoulders, start coming out the same way that you came in, find a tabletop position. And then just begin rounding and arcing, moving through the cat-cow as you shift through the spine. Good. And then find a flat tabletop back. Curl your toes, start lifting up just your knees off the ground. And then start moving your head. Go side to side. Lower down, side to side. Lift up, side to side. So not full head circles, just little movements side to side when you tuck your chin in and when you lift your chin up. And you'll notice this is kind of turning into a cat-cow type of motion through your spine. But I want you to focus on the neck for just right now. Good. Now neutralize your head. Now focus on your shoulders. Your shoulders. Circle those shoulders. You still have your knees floating up off the ground. Keep circling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now circle those shoulders the other direction. Those knees are still floating. Circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it into a down dog. With that option to walk your dog, tuck that chin into your chest, move through this. If you don't want to walk the dog, you can just stay in your down dog. We have 5 more deep breaths. Keep opening up through the shoulders, widening through the fingers and the toes. Try to straighten out through the spine, focusing on pressing your weight back towards your seat, into your heels, drawing that belly button inward. 2. And on your next exhalation, bend your knees, shift your weight back, step or jump all the way forward. Pick up those weights. If you have them, if you want them. Take the weights all the way back behind you. All the way back into a deep forward fold. Imagine if you normally would have your hands binded right now, but those weights are there. And then bring them back down. Again, all the way back behind you, forward fold. And then just back down to the floor like you're trying to touch your feet or maybe your ankles. You don't have to I want you to try to keep that engagement a little bit, if you can. Those weights might help deepen that stretch a little bit deeper than you normally would. If you get too much blood flow to your head, you don't have to come into this forward fold. You could come up in a standing position. I like the forward fold because it gives you that added hamstring stretch while you're stretching out through your shoulders. Good. 2 more like this, and then we're just going to keep those arms back behind us and do little back and forth motions. All right, so the next time those arms are back behind you, try to cross right arm on top of left arm, open up into a wide T, and then left arm on top, wide T. So we're going to keep crossing behind us, alternating which arm is on top. Go ahead, I'm just showing you from a different perspective. Good, you should start feeling those arms stretch all the way through from the shoulders into the wrists. Just about 30 more seconds here. Keep breathing through it. Nice deep stretch through the arms, whether you have those weights or not. Just about 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those arms back down in front of you. And then if you have weights, go ahead and place them on their heads so that they're a little bit taller. You could also use blocks here, or you could even use a ring. And we're just gonna lean into this and then draw the belly button in, pick up the weights, round up through the spine. We're just on the heads of the weights. Take those weights behind your back. Inhale, look up, roll those shoulders back, and then roll them back forward. Lean back forward, let yourself come into that forward fold, and rounding back up, pick up those weights if you have them. If you don't have the weights, it's just your arm weight. Good. Getting a nice shoulder roll and back stretch into this. Good, about 2 more. All the way down and all the way up. Good, 1 more down. And then we're gonna end standing. Good, in that standing position, Now hold onto the weights, like grasp them on the handles. Take them all the way back behind you. See if you can bend your left knee, stand it up. So we're balancing right now. And now bend your elbows, take the weights behind your back, and then lengthen out and tee them out. Palms are gonna face backward. Behind your back, tee out. We're just balancing and taking those weights into a T and behind our back. Now see if you can start lengthening your leg when your arms lengthen. When your arms lengthen out into a T, see if you can lift up that top leg. Good. If that's super hard for you, you could just rest your foot onto a block instead. Your left foot onto a block and balance like that. Good, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And 1. Now standing. Before we do the other side, we're just going to come into a mountain type pose. If you have the weights, we're bringing the weights right together in the center of our heart. Just balance here and then lift all the way up and lower back down to your heart. Lift up, lower down. The weights don't have to be touching the whole time. If they want to spread apart a little bit, you can start spreading them up, opening up. Set your own comfort. Whatever feels good for you and for your breath. Maybe even leaning back a little bit into it. Good, 3 more breath movements. Good, last one. Good. Now, before we were balancing on our right leg, we're gonna balance on our left leg. So find that balance. See if you can balance. Take those arms back behind you and just hold for a moment here in our balance. All right, now see if you can bend the elbows and then lengthen out into that T. Bend the elbows with the weights behind you, lengthen out into that T. Those palms are just gonna face behind you. Good. Behind you and teeing out. Now, if you want to, if you're ready, you can lengthen the leg when your arms lengthen. Remember, modification here is to put a block and just step your right foot onto a block for your balancing. And you could always try, you could still step your foot onto that block while you need to for the transition, and then lengthen out at your own comfort. Good, 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you wanted to, grab a really quick drink of water, and then we're gonna come onto our mat. On our back, Find your ring. Bring that ring with you. If you have a ring, if you don't have a ring, you could use a block or one of those mini balls. And then just place the ring in between the inner thighs. Get your weights, those heavy weights. And I just want you to take your arms out into a T type of position. Bridging up. We're just gonna snow, like an angel snow, a snow angel. Our arms down and up. Think of a snow angel when it's snowing out, not like I want the snow. It is hot today though. And just like you're gonna make a snow angel with your arms. So they're not really touching the ground, they're barely hovering off the ground, but your hips are lifted. So we're not doing the legs, we're just doing the arms, and squeeze the inner thigh, the inner thighs with that ring. Try to move with your breath, exhaling the arms down, inhaling up. The palms are just gonna face up the entire time. Nice rotation through the shoulders. Watch if you have any props around you, because your arms are making big movements all the way up and down. Good, just about 30 more seconds. Keep squeezing those hips up. You can have a soft bend in your elbows. Good, about 2 more, all the way up and all the way down. And then the next time that your arms are more towards your hips, drop your weights if you have them. Start walking your shoulders behind you so that you can interlace your fingers and your hips are nice and high. Pulse into that ring. Just focus on stretching out through the shoulders, pulsing into that ring, squeezing your glutes, inner thighs. Stay here and breathe. Or if you didn't have that ring, pulsing your ball, your block, just focusing on squeezing that low body as you stretch out through those shoulders. Good, 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your arms from behind you. Reset those shoulders back onto the mat. Slowly round down, vertebrae by vertebrae, and hook your right foot onto a ring. If you don't have a ring, use a strap, and then let your left leg float out long, or you could get it heavy on the ground. You could even bend your knee. We're going to focus a little bit on this right leg as we just bend and lengthen. Widening the toes, extend through your heel when you lengthen out. Stretching out through that hamstring. Good. Another 3, 2, and the next time that leg is long, keep it long. Bring that shin into your chest if you can. The left leg, see if you can bring it all the way up and down. If you needed to, you could bend your knee for modification. We're stretching out this right leg as we get some core workout in. Lowering and lifting through this left leg. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bend the left knee. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. So it's in a figure 4 type stretch. You can let your head just lower down to the ground. We're still holding onto this right foot and gently use your left hand to press on that left leg. Stay here, breathe. You could do little gentle pulses in with that right leg as you press your left knee out. Make sure your left foot stays flexed. Good. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take the ring off of your legs. Hold this ring right up in front of your shoulders. And then lower, keep the figure 4 with your legs. Lower both legs down, squeeze the ring, and up. Both legs are lowering down with that figure 4 shape and up. And just hold that ring in line with your shoulders. For an added challenge, bring your chin into your chest. Just down and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hook that right foot back onto the ring and rock yourself up. Whew. Try not to flop too much. So we're just going to stay in this seated position, holding on to the right foot with the ring. Keep your spine nice and long, and then keep this left foot flexed. Gently press onto your left knee as you hinge into this. You might not go that far. Keeping your back straight. Try to keep your chin parallel to the ground. We're going to focus on just stretching out through this IT band, keeping that nice straight back. Good. Another 3 more deep breaths. 2, and 1. Now just release the ring. This left leg is going to point up, the knee. The knee point up. Let that foot come flat onto the ground on that left side. Hook opposite elbow to knee, so it's right elbow, left knee, and then just twist behind you. Nice, gentle twist here. Breathing into it. Twist even those eyeballs. 3 more deep breaths. Good. On the exhalation, gently release. Find this ring. You can uncross your legs. We're going to take a quick assisted teaser before we come back down to our other side. See if you can balance with your feet on that ring, or you could use a strap, or you can just come into a teaser. Hold here, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bend the knees, come onto your back, and this time we're going to keep our left leg with us. Extend that right leg. Make sure you're doing your opposite side, whatever it is. And for starters, just bending and lengthening through that left side or your opposite side. Your other side could be hovered off the ground. You could just relax it, or you could bend it. The more challenging thing is to hover it. Good. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and the next time that your leg is straight, keep it straight and long, and then this right leg or the floating leg is going to come up and down as you stretch out that left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And then this time, cross that right ankle over your left knee. Let your head relax to the ground if you have that chin into your chest. And then just take a moment, stretching out through the inner thigh, through the IT band. Make sure this right foot stays flexed. Breathe into that. And then if you wanted to, you could gently pulse in with your long left leg as you pulse out with your right bent knee and flexed foot. Good. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to keep the leg shape. Take the ring off. Hold that ring up above your shoulders, or you could just place your hands onto the ground and then start lowering the lower body all the way down and up as you squeeze that ring. Down and up for 10, 9, 8, good, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then hook your foot back onto that left side, or hook the ring onto the left foot, or rock yourself into a seated position. Cross, make sure that right foot or the right ankle stays crossed over. Reset through the seat bones. Keep that foot flexed and gently press onto that right knee. Keep a nice straight back and start leaning into the long leg. Should feel double stretch through both legs. A little bit different on each side. The left long leg, you're feeling the stretch more on the bottom part of the leg. The crossed right leg, it's more inner thigh into your back in the IT band. Good, 3 more deep breaths and we'll take our twist. Good, on the exhalation, you can just take that ring out of the way. Take that right knee, point it upward. Set that foot onto the ground, those legs are crossed, and start hooking that opposite elbow to knee and looking behind you in your gentle twist. Stretching even your eyeballs, let each exhalation get you even deeper. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. Find a nice, comfortable, seated position. Your legs crossed. Inhaling, reaching your arms all the way up, stretching even your fingers. Deep breath in. Exhale into your heart. We're going to go 2 more times, up and around. Reach it all the way up. Big deep breath in, all for you. And bring it into your heart. 1 more deep breath for all things, everywhere. In the higher and greatest good of all, and bringing it into your heart center. Thumbs to your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.